Hello everyone, welcome back to the Unknown Assembly. We're going to keep going on with Mass Effect Part 9. We just got the Normandy and we're now free to roam the galaxy. Let's see what mayhem we can cause. Actually no, first let's explore the Normandy. That's by talking to Joker. Voiced by Seth Green.
Commander, something you need?
Yeah, I'd like to know a little bit more about you, Joker.
How's the Normandy performing? Is she everything they said she'd be?
She's the best ship in the fleet. If you've got a pilot who knows how to handle her.
Like you?
Balance isn't what you'd expect. Takes a while to get used to that oversized drive core we got stuffed in the back, and her power can sneak up on you if you're not careful. The Normandy's probably too much ship for your average Alliance pilot, Commander. Lucky for you, I'm anything but average.
Nice to hear that.
How's the Normandy performing? Is she everything they said she'd be?
She's the best ship in the fleet. If you've got a pilot who knows how to handle her. Balance isn't what you'd expect. Takes a while to get used to that oversized drive core we got stuffed in the back, and her power can sneak up on you if you're not careful. The Normandy's probably too much ship for your average Alliance pilot, Commander. Lucky for you, I'm anything but average.
You most likely just said that, and I feel like an idiot for asking it again.
I like to know my crew. Mind if I ask you a few questions?
I can see where this is going. You did a background check on me, didn't you? Well, I'll tell you the same thing I told the captain. You want me as your pilot. I'm not
Calm
good.
down.
I'm not even great. I am the best damn helmsman in the Alliance fleet.
Hey, I'm not saying
Top of
you
my
aren't.
class in flight school, I earned that. All those commendations in my file, I earned every single one. Those weren't given to me as charity for my disease.
Well, I didn't mean to bring up anything like that.
I'm sorry, Joker. I didn't even know you were sick.
You mean you didn't know?
No, I didn't.
Oh, crap.
Well, actually I did. I just...
Okay, I've
Shepard
got
wanted.
Vrolik syndrome, brittle bone disease. The bones in my legs never develop properly. They're basically hollow, too much force and they'll shatter. Even with crutches and my leg braces, it's hard to get around. One wrong step and crack! It's very dramatic. But I've learned to manage my condition, Commander.
Yeah,
Put the
that's
Normandy
nice.
in my hands and I'll make her dance for you. Just don't ask me to get up and dance unless, you like the sound of snapping shin bones.
Nah, I don't like that.
Why does everyone call you Joker?
Yeah.
It's a lot shorter than saying Alliance Flight Lieutenant Jeff Moreau. Plus, I love to make little children laugh.
Yes, don't we all? The little laughing children.
I was just thinking how much you remind me of Santa Claus.
Look, I didn't pick the name. One of the instructors in flight school used to bug me about never smiling. She started calling me Joker, and it
You
stuck.
wanna know how I got these scars?
Why didn't you ever smile?
Hey, I worked my ass off in flight school, Commander. The world's not gonna hand you anything if you go around grinning like an idiot.
That
By
is
the
true.
end of the year, I was the best pilot in the academy. Even better than the instructors, and everybody knew it. They'd all got their asses kicked by the sickly kid with the creaky little legs. One guess who was smiling at graduation?
I guess it was you.
I need to know more about this Vrolik syndrome if I'm putting my ship in your hands.
Yeah, of course you do. It's an extremely rare condition. Nobody knows exactly what causes it. Genetic, maybe. It's treatable, but there's no cure. I classify my case as moderate to severe. I was born with over a dozen fractures, hip, thighs, ankles. My bones were already breaking in the womb. 100 years ago, I wouldn't have survived past my first year. Lucky for me, modern medical science has turned me into a productive member of society.
You're not gonna break a bone trying to fly the ship, are you?
I don't fly with my feet, Commander, so I'm fine as long as I'm in this chair. I gotta be real careful when I get up to take a piss, though. I can do my job as well as anyone on the ship. Better, actually. So don't worry about it.
Alright, and I
I'm
think
not
that's
trying to make you
all.
uncomfortable. Let's talk about something else.
Whatever you want, Commander.
I think...
How'd you end up joining the Alliance?
Look, if you're looking for an inspirational tale of the crippled kid overcoming impossible odds, you're gonna be disappointed. My mother was a civilian contractor working for the Alliance. I basically grew up on the Arcturus station back when they were building up the fleets. Spend all that time around Alliance ships, there's a good chance you'll end up going to the Academy.
Alright then.
I have to
think
go.
That's everything for Joker.
Alright, see ya.
Thank you, Joker. Let's see if there's any lore bits. Yep, there is right there. So yeah, the Normandy. It has quite a unique design to it. I always found it to look slightly like a Geth's head. I don't know why, I always did. Hello, Presley?
If anyone has to take over for Captain Anderson, I'm glad it's you. I'm not sure about having non-humans on our ship, though.
Hey, don't give me that prejudice.
We're all on the same team here, Presley.
With all due respect, sir, that's what they said about Nihilus. Look how that turned out.
Nihilus was on our team. He died. I don't know what you're trying to make a point of.
I'm in charge here, Presley. I decide if we have non-humans on this vessel.
Yes, sir. Understood, sir.
That's right, respect it. You don't have to like it, but always respect it.
Speak freely, Presley. I want to know if you have a problem with non-humans.
It's not that, Commander. Humanity has always handled its own problems. Saren attacked one of our colonies. We should be the ones to stop him. We don't need their help.
Sometimes we need the help of others.
Some people think asking for help is a sign of weakness. That's just being stupid and stubborn. No matter how strong you are, allies can make you stronger.
I guess so. Maybe I'm just stuck in the old ways of thinking. But don't worry, Commander. This won't be a problem.
I trust you, Presley. I do.
How did you end up assigned to the Normandy?
I signed up with the Alliance as a navigator right out of school, following in my grandfather's footsteps, I guess. My first posting was on the Agincourt. We were at Elysium during the Skillian Blitz. A massive fleet of alien raiders hit the colony, trying to wipe it out. They had the numbers, but their ships were no match for an Alliance frigate. It was a slaughter. We couldn't even keep track of how many ships they lost.
Now
How'd you end up on the Normandy?
I got
I'm
my
cross-eyed.
officer's commission after Elysium. Must have made an impression on the right people. Captain asked for me when he was picking his crew.
Ah, that's nice.
Speak freely, Presley. I
Oh,
want to
no,
know.
trust you,
I already asked him
Commander.
that. Okay.
If you think they belong here,
Carry
so
on,
do
Presley.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Ooh, I leveled up and I got both Renegade and... sorry about that. And I got Renegade and Paragon stuff. Let's get max out my Paragon a little bit more. Always good to have that. Because as soon as I hit on Pharaohs, I'll need all of it to get one thing right. Okay, let's go down and talk to the rest of the crew. But yeah, Normandy, it's a unique design with 3 levels. Of course, everyone loves this elevator. That is the fastest thing in the galaxy. I hope you know that's a joke. What are you guys doing? Shouldn't you be down somewhere? And I got nothing in the locker at the moment. Hey kid, I'll get to you in a second. Sleeper pod. And that's it.
Anything you need, Commander?
Yeah, I'm looking for some input.
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts?
I've wasted enough of your time for now, Commander.
What?
We'll have time for personal debriefings later.
How have you wasted my time? We haven't really talked that much since the Citadel.
What's your opinion on the last mission?
I don't see how we could have done things any better. At least not without getting to Eden Prime sooner. And we were on the scene faster than any other Alliance ship could have been.
Alright
We'll
then,
talk another
goodbye.
time, Lieutenant.
Commander?
And my office. Let's go see if Dr. Chakwa's got. Whoop. I hope I get another one of those flying glitches like in the last, the second to last episode.
Yes, Commander? Is there something you need?
Nope.
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
Ooh, get some free metagel. And it didn't give me jack shit. Okay, time to go down the fastest elevator in the universe. Like seriously, how long does this take? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We got a text message. Okay, so yeah, it takes into the double digits just to go down like what, 10 feet? That's just too long. Hey Rex, how you doing? You're my...
Nice ship you got, Shepard.
Thank you, Rex.
What can I do for you?
I want to know more about you.
What's your story, Rex?
There's no story. Go ask the Quarian if you want stories.
Come on, Uncle Rex.
You
Tell me
Krogan lived for
stuff.
centuries. Don't tell me you haven't had a few interesting adventures.
Well, there was this one time the Turians almost wiped out our entire race. That was fun.
And unfortunate.
I heard about that. You know, they almost did the same to us.
It's not the same.
Technically, it's not, and there's no best way, so this is the best way.
Seems pretty much the same to me.
So your people were infected with a genetic mutation? An infection that makes only a few in 1,000 children survive birth? And I suppose it's destroying your entire species?
Yeah,
I suppose it isn't all
I
destroyed.
shouldn't have gone there.
I don't expect you to understand, but don't compare humanity's fate with the Krogan.
I won't.
Sorry, Rex. I wasn't trying to get you upset.
Your ignorance doesn't upset me, Shepard. As for the Krogan, I gave up on them long ago.
Oh, not when you're traveling with
The
me.
genophage infected us, but it's not what's killing us.
Extinction.
People really dying?
We're sure not getting any stronger. We're too spread out. None of us are interested in staying in our own system.
So?
Lots of species have left their homes and prospered.
But they go to colonize new worlds. We're not settlers. We're warriors. We want to fight.
Like the Mandalorians in
So
Star
we
Wars.
leave. Hire ourselves out. And most of us never go back.
Yep, I could definitely see the Krogan having parallels with the Mandalorians since BioWare also did the first KOTOR game, which had a lot of Mandalorians in it. And one of the best characters, Kandor Sordo. We'll be playing that on this channel soon as well.
What
Well,
can
not
you
soon,
tell
but
me about the
later.
genophage?
Ask the Solarians if you want details. They made it. All I know, it makes breeding nearly impossible. Thousands die in stillbirth, and most never get that far. Every Krogan is infected, every one. And no one's rushing to find a cure.
As I heard some groups were when I'm on the Citadel, hearing the intercom.
Why don't the Krogan try to find a cure?
When was the last time you saw a Krogan scientist?
I haven't, but I will in the
Ask a
second game.
Krogan. Would he rather find a cure for the genophage or fight for credits? He'll choose fighting every time. It's just who we are, Shepard. I can't change that. Nobody can.
And the genophage.
What can you tell me about the
All I
Yeah, I'm an
Every
idiot.
Krogan
Of course, I
infects
just asked. Okay.
everyone. And no one's rushing to find a cure.
So long, Rex.
Shepard.
Shepard. Ashley.
Commander?
Can we talk?
Do you have a few minutes to talk one-on-one?
I'm sorry, Commander. I need to get my duties squared away. I wouldn't mind talking more later, though.
Okay then, as long as you're not trying to flirt with me.
What's your opinion on the last mission?
Kinda wish you'd got there sooner, Commander. No offense, I appreciate the rescue. I just wish...
That we saved
You
your
wish we'd been
unit.
able to save the rest of your unit.
Yes, sir. If I had been more alert, we wouldn't have been cut down by an ambush.
You could have known.
We never trained to fight synthetics. The Geth haven't gone beyond the Veil in 3 centuries.
Our training's supposed to make us able to adapt. I'll make sure it doesn't happen again.
Alright then. Goodbye.
Dismissed, Chief.
Sir.
Just that, sir. Hey, Garrus, what's
Thanks
up?
for bringing me on board, Commander.
Of
I knew
course.
working with the Spectre would be better than life at CSEC.
Of course. Why wouldn't I let you on? You're my best friend.
Have you worked with a Spectre before?
Well, no, but I know what they're like. Spectres make their own rules. You're free to handle things your way. At CSEC, you're buried by rules. The damn bureaucrats are always on your back.
Yeah, but sometimes rules are needed.
For the most part, the rules are there for a reason.
Maybe. But sometimes it feels like the rules are only there to stop me from doing my work. If I'm trying to take down a suspect, it shouldn't matter how I do it, as long as I do it.
But CSEC wants it done their way. Protocol and procedure come first. That's why I left.
So you just quit because you didn't like the way they do things?
Yeah, that's a little
There's
childish,
also a
Garrus.
It didn't start out bad, but as I rose in ranks, I got saddled with more and more red tape. CSEC's handling of Saren was typical. I just couldn't take it anymore. I hate leaving.
Yeah, it must have been a very difficult decision. Because first off, that's one of your best jobs.
I hope you made the right choice. I'd hate for you to regret it later.
Well, that's sort of why I teamed up with you. It's a chance for me to get off the Citadel, see how things are done outside CSEC. Either way, I plan to make the most of this.
As you
And
should,
without
yes.
CSEC headquarters looking over
Whoa,
my
whoa.
shoulder, well,
The
maybe
audio
I
just
can
got
get
louder.
the job done my way for a change.
Depends.
If getting the job done means endangering innocent people, then no. We get the job done right, not fast. Got it?
I wasn't trying to. I understand, Commander.
Because you do tend to go in fast, Scares. Not think of all the consequences you got. We'll see that in the second game.
Hey, Commander. Looking for some extra supplies before you head out?
Yes,
What
I
have
am.
you got? Whatever you want. Armor, weapons, mods. It's not standard Alliance issue, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Well, as long as you don't mind paying for it.
Why should I pay you for my weapons and armor?
My stuff doesn't come from the Alliance. I have to purchase it myself, and it's not cheap. Hell, the licenses alone have set me back more than I'd like. But no licenses, no goods. Without the goods, I'm out of a job.
Yeah, we don't really need to know the information about him. Okay.
Not right now.
Goodbye.
Thanks.
No problem.
Yep,
Keep
and
checking
this
back.
guy is never that important. Seriously, like never. He's not. He's only ever in this one game. Other than that, wait. Why are you two just staying? Do something. Do your job. Hey,
Hey,
Adams.
Commander, you know that Quarian Tally? She's been spending all her time down here asking me about our engines.
I'll get rid of her. Nah.
I'll tell her to leave you alone.
What? No, she's amazing. I wish my guys were half as smart as she is. Give her a month on board and she'll know more about our engines than I do. She's got a real knack for technology, that one. I can see why you wanted her to come along.
Yep.
I figured she'd be a real asset to the team.
You got an eye for Tally, Commander, but I'm guessing that's not why you came down here.
In reality, in the first game, not really. Basically, in the first game, all she's really useful for is decrypting stuff when you're just traveling on a planet, or basically the plot point on the Citadel. But in all the other games, she is valuable.
Fill me in on the IES stealth systems. How does it work exactly?
You can't hide a ship out in space. They emit too much heat and radiation. Too easy for sensors to pick them up, unless you find a way to capture those emissions. So our stealth systems trap the energy we give off in storage sinks built into the ship itself. No emissions to give away our location. Eventually the sinks have to be vented. More than a few hours silent running and they overheat. Cook us inside our own hull.
Lovely.
There's no way for anyone to detect us?
A visual scan can still pick us up. Anyone looking out a window can see us plain as day. But you have to be pretty close to get an actual visual out in space. Most vessels rely on scanners. As long as the stealth systems are engaged, they can't see us. Not unless we accelerate to FTL speeds.
Alright then.
Why doesn't it work with faster than light travel?
Cranking up to FTL blue shifts our emissions, pushes them into frequencies too high to capture in the sinks. As soon as we make the jump, it's like setting off a flare. Sensors can pick up our location whenever we enter or exit FTL flight, but for short-range missions, our stealth systems are amazing, and we've got the only one.
That's good. An advantage is the best advantage.
I want to know more about the Normandy.
She's the best ship I've ever served on, probably the fastest vessel ever designed. And she's the only one using the new Tantalus drive core.
Oh,
Carry on,
God.
Adams.
I didn't mean to do that. Alright,
Something I can do for you, Commander.
Yep,
Fill me in on the
systems,
IES
blah,
stealth.
blah,
So
blah.
eventually the sinks have to be vented. More than a few hours.
blah.
There's no way for any...
Most vessels
on.
rely on scanners. As long as
Why doesn't it work?
sensors can pick up our location whenever we
damn
enter
it.
or exit FTL flight. But for short-range
Oh, wait a
missions, our
second.
I want to know more about
She's the best
Carry
ship.
on, Adam.
God
Aye, aye.
damn it.
Something I can do for you, Commander.
Oh, God,
I
yes.
want to know more about the Normandy.
She's the best ship I've ever served on.
What's
Probably
the drive
fastest
core?
vessel ever
What's so
designed.
special about the Tantalus drive core?
Proportionally, it's about twice the size of any other vessel. Not only are we faster, but we can run at FTL speeds longer before we have to discharge the core.
That seems nice. And now the
Where else have
personal
you served,
questions.
Adams?
If you name a class of Alliance ship, I've probably served on it. Everything from dreadnoughts and carriers right down to frigates like the Normandy. My last assignment was on the Tokyo, only a cruiser, but she was a good ship. Couldn't hold a candle to the Normandy, though.
Good.
Carry on, Adams.
Aye, aye, Commander.
I would think that you would be more in a work suit like I'm wearing instead of in your officer dress. Just in case you had to get down and dirty.
Your ship's amazing, Shepard. I've never seen a drive core like this before. I can't believe you were able to fit it into a ship this small.
That's how humans are.
I'm starting to understand why you humans have been so successful. I had no idea Alliance vessels were so advanced.
Gathering information on us are sent to the flotilla. Are you planning an attack?
The Normandy's a prototype. Cutting-edge technology.
A month ago, I was patching a makeshift fuel line into a converted tug ship in the flotilla. Now, I'm sitting on board one of the most advanced vessels in Citadel space.
If not space in
Thank
general.
you again for bringing me along. Traveling on a vessel like this is a dream come true for me.
I had no idea you found ship technology so interesting.
It comes with being a Quarian. The migrant fleet is the key to the survival of my people. Ships are our most valuable resource. But we don't have anything like this. We make do with cast-offs and second-hand equipment. We just try to keep them running for as long as we can. Some of the fleet's larger vessels date all the way back to our original flight from the Geth.
Almost 300 years ago.
I can't believe your fleet's still using ships that are 3 centuries old.
They're constantly being repaired, modified, and refitted. They aren't pretty, but they work. Mostly. We've tried to make ourselves as independent as possible on the flotilla. Grow our own food, mine, and process our own fuel. But some things we just can't make on our own. A patch to maintain the hull integrity requires raw materials we just don't have. That's why our pilgrimages are so important.
Okay, let's learn about the Quarians.
Our lives aren't easy. Resources are scarce, and we are constantly on the move. Everything we do must in some way contribute to the continuation of the migrant fleet. There are 17 million Quarians in the flotilla, and each of us relies on the others for survival. The bonds among my people are strong. Unfortunately, we have had to surrender many of the freedoms and civil liberties other species take for granted.
What would those be?
What kind of freedoms?
Well, it's illegal for parents to have more than one child. If our population grows too much, it would strain our resources to their breaking point. Of course, we also can't allow our numbers to become too few. If our population is in decline, the rule against single births is temporarily repealed. In extreme cases of population decline, incentives are even offered to encourage multiple births, though the Conclave hasn't had to take such measures in nearly a century.
That seems not...
That's your
maybe.
government.
The Conclave is our civilian branch of government. Each ship can elect a representative to serve on the Conclave and make decisions that affect the fleet as a whole. On matters that affect an individual ship, however, the captain has the final say. It's a tradition that dates back to the early days, when the fleet was governed by martial law.
Martial law!
Most captains nowadays are smart enough to have an elected council from their crew to give them advice and guidance.
Yeah, that seems like a very smart move.
So the ultimate power rests with elected officials.
In practice, the Conclave and the respective council for each ship tend to set the rules that govern our daily lives. But in theory, we are still under military jurisdiction. The 5 top-ranking military officials in the fleet serve on the Admiralty Board. These 5 have the power to overrule any decision by the Conclave in case of emergency. To do so requires unanimous agreement among the Admiralty, and they can only do this once. After that, the entire board must resign their posts. It's a safeguard that served us well. In nearly 3 centuries, the Admiralty Board has only overruled the Conclave 4 times.
That seems very reasonable, actually. It does. Let's know about the pilgrimage.
I want to know more about the pilgrimage.
When my people reach maturity, we leave our birth ships and seek acceptance with a new crew. It's necessary to maintain genetic diversity among the fleet. But no ship wants to accept someone who will be a burden on them. So, to prove our worth, we embark on a pilgrimage. We set out alone, leaving the flotilla and our families behind us. We only return once we have found something of value we can bring back to the fleet. This is presented as a gift to the captain of the respective ship we wish to join. If the gift is accepted, we are welcomed into the crew.
But I assume they don't always accept.
Can a captain choose to reject the gift?
That doesn't happen often. Most captains are eager to increase the size of their crew. It increases their own standing in our society. Even when a gift is not particularly valuable, the captain usually accepts it out of a sense of tradition. However, there is a stigma to presenting a substandard gift. It's not the best way to make a good impression on a new community. Most pilgrims don't return until they find something worthwhile.
Yeah, I understand that.
I can't believe they just send you off alone.
It's not like they just cast us out. Before we leave, we are given lessons in how to survive outside the flotilla, and given gifts to help us on our journey. We also receive implants to fight off sickness and disease. Generations of living in an isolated and highly controlled environment have left our immune systems weaker than most.
Yeah.
By the time we leave the fleet, we are well equipped for the pilgrimage. This is a rite of passage for all Quarians. If it were dangerous, our numbers would suffer. Virtually every pilgrimage ends with a triumphant return and the ritual presentation of the gift to one of the fleet's captains.
Okay, let's change the
I wanna
subject
talk
and
about
ask for the
something else.
final thing.
Like
the
what?
Geth.
I want to know more about the Geth.
I doubt I can tell you anything you don't already know. It's been almost 3 centuries since they drove my people into exile. All I know is the story of their origins, what they were when we created them, and how they turned on us.
Tell me more.
Interesting.
So it's good to know
The Geth were
the enemy.
originally created to serve as an automated manual labor force. Initially, their intelligence was as limited as any VI. Over time, we made small modifications to their programming to allow them to perform more varied and complex tasks, bringing them closer and closer to true AI status.
Yep, and I'm not gonna say it's a mistake because she technically never did
How
it.
come the council didn't step in and stop you?
This wasn't true AI research. We may have been skirting the bounds of the law, but we never did anything that was actually illegal. The changes were so insignificant, so gradual, that we were able to control them. Or so we thought. But one thing we underestimated was the power of the neural network. A million Geth thinking simultaneously created an inherently unstable matrix.
Why did they turn on? Nah,
So
we'll go with the neural
Geth
network.
share brain power?
Many of the Geth's logic systems were designed to work in concert with other nearby Geth. Basically, the more of them you have in a group, the smarter they are.
And that is like a hive mind.
So there's some sort of
Don't want a
group
hive
consciousness.
mind.
No, nothing like that. They cannot share sensory data or information. Their programming cannot handle that much simultaneous input. Each Geth maintains an individual awareness and identity. The neural network only operates on a process-based level. It's basically the synthetic equivalent of a subconscious. But when they're in close proximity, they can coordinate low-level functional processes, freeing up more capacity for original or independent thought.
So why did they turn
What
on
made
you?
them rebel?
As we built more and more Geth, their effective intelligence became more sophisticated, more abstract. One day, a Geth began to ask its Quarian overseer questions about the nature of its existence.
Legion?
Am I alive?
Nah.
Why am I here? What is my purpose? As you can imagine, this caused a near panic among my people.
Oh, I understand.
What did you do?
It was inevitable the newly sentient Geth would rebel against their situation. We knew they would rise up against us, so we acted first. A general order went out across all Quarian-controlled systems to permanently deactivate all Geth. The Geth responded to this order violently.
Ooh, there's no... How do you expect? There's no real, truly neutral ones.
Can't blame them for fighting for their survival.
We had no other choice. The Geth were already on the verge of revolution. By
Gonna try to
acting
be
quickly,
diplomatic?
we had a chance to end the war before it began. The hope was that most of the Geth would still be little more than machines, incapable of organized resistance. But they had progressed much further than anyone anticipated. The war was long and bloody. Millions upon millions of Quarians died at their hands. In the end, we were forced to flee our own homeworld.
You could have tried to do a diplomatic
We feared the Geth would
situation.
pursue us, but they never came beyond the veil. Now we drift through space, exile, searching for a way to reclaim what was once ours.
Yeah.
It's hard to feel sorry for you. Your ancestors tried to wipe out another species.
We made a mistake when we created the Geth in the first place. But we did not make a mistake when we went to war against them.
Oh, you'll
If we
change
had
that
not acted,
in the next
they
few
would have
games,
wiped us
Tally.
out. They're a synthetic life form. They have no use for organics. None. Why do you think they cut themselves off from the rest of the galaxy? Why do you think they've killed every organic being who's ever tried to contact them?
They didn't kill Saren.
Yeah.
What does that tell you? The Geth are not innocent victims in all this. They're the enemy. They want to destroy us. Not just the Quarians. All organic life. That's why they've joined up with Saren. And that's why we have to stop him.
Okay, we're done here, Tally.
I should go.
See you later.
Okay, we finally talked to everyone, got caught up on everything, got some extra lore up in here. So we'll go up the elevator, the fastest elevator in the universe, as I've stated before, or at least in the Milky Way galaxy. Yep. I'm looking at my recording, it timed it as about 17 to 20 seconds. 20 seconds with the doors also closing. Okay, so we're finally going to actually get into the exploration of the game. But I think I'm going to call it here for an episode. It's our first episode away from the Citadel. It was a little slow, but like I said, this game can go slow at times. But we're finally going to get into missions around the galaxy. The galaxy. So let's end the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, click the like button. Feel free to comment down below. I hope you're having a nice day wherever you are. Feel free to subscribe. Give me a trial run. And besides that, this is the Unknown Assembly, signing off.